What is up, guys? It's Tom here and welcome to the brand new Liverpool transfer news update video. And the biggest news today is that reportedly Liverpool have sealed a deal to sign a new left back. And that new left back is Andrew Robertson of Hull City. And the Daily Mirror are reporting that Liverpool will announce the signing when the transfer window opens. So at the moment the transfer window is closed. So of course, you know, it can't be official. Liverpool won't announce it until the paperwork and everything is done. But let me know, guys, how do you feel about this news? Do you think that Andrew Robertson could be Liverpool's first choice left back? I don't really think that he's a big upgrade on James Milner. Maybe because you know, Milner has been pretty solid in the first half of the season. His form has dipped a little bit, but Andrew Robertson is an out-and-out left back. He has been, you know, trained and played there for many years, while James Milner doesn't have the experience in that position. But you know, Hull City conceded, I think, the most amount of goals in the Premier League, and that just doesn't bode well, if I'm honest. He's 23 years old, so there is a big room for potential. And also Ryan Sessegnon, the Fulham left back, is another top target for Jurgen Klopp. The big question is, would Andrew Robertson be, you know, the first choice left back next season? I think we really should be looking at a better player. And there are talks about Sead Kolasinac joining Arsenal, which I'm very upset about, because Kolasinac is free to sign for any club in the summer. Andrew Robertson has just 1 year left on his contract, so maybe this is a deal for the long-term future, because I'm sure that Jurgen Klopp can, you know, improve this player who is only 23 years old. He's a Scotland international, and he's, you know, a talented player. But, you know, he never played for a big club, like a huge club, and there is a huge pressure at Liverpool, a completely different scenario to Hull City, and Hull City normally defend quite deep, and Robertson has a lot of support. I'm not sure how good he is attacking wise. I haven't watched a lot of Hull City games. I've only watched the highlights of their games. And yes, Andrew Robertson had some good games, but he also had some pretty bad ones. So the jury is out. Do you think, and I would love to hear your opinion in the comments below, do you think that Andrew Robertson is a good signing for Liverpool or not? And also, there are talks again in the media that Liverpool won't give up on Van Dijk. James Pearce has recently confirmed that Van Dijk and Naby Keita are two of our main transfer targets in the summer. And even though Southampton boss Claude Puel said that the club have no interest in allowing the defender to move on, and of course this is just to to move up his price a little bit, because you know, if Van Dijk really wants to join a Champions League club, then Southampton will sell if the right offer comes along. And we have a good relationship with Southampton. We bought so many of their players that at this point they should give us a 5% discount when we go back as a loyalty bonus or something like that. Because Liverpool actually bought so many Southampton players, and most of them have been successes, to be honest. So Van Dijk would be a huge signing, and hopefully Liverpool will beat Middlesbrough next weekend, and then hopefully Liverpool will be in the Champions League next season, and then we can really go for these big targets. Van Dijk certainly one of them. And also I wanted to comment on you know, Jurgen Klopp saying that Philippe Coutinho will be moved into a deeper midfield role next season. Jurgen Klopp said Phil Coutinho can play this role. If he starts on the wing, he's very often in this position. He was never a winger, he was always a playmaker. He needs to be in the decisive area in the middle of the park in shooting situations. Obviously, I felt really well in this position, and it was a good game for him. And Coutinho is just devastating in the just behind the striker, or even in a center midfield role. And what I think Jurgen Klopp wants to do is bring in a brand new attacker who is almost as fast, or at least as fast as Mane. For somebody like Mohamed Salah, put him on the left wing, put either Firmino, Sturridge, Origi, or a new striker in the middle, let Mane have the right wing, and then you know, Coutinho in the midfield. And you saw against West Ham, when there are runners in front of Coutinho, he can pick out a pass like anybody in world football. He's one of the best in terms of his vision, and I think we badly need a player like that in our midfield, because Emre Can, Henderson, Lucas, Wijnaldum, Lallana don't have that world-class ability, that range of passing that Coutinho has. It reminds me of, you know, Steven Gerrard in his prime, or Xabi Alonso in his prime, when they were playing at Liverpool, in Liverpool's midfield. We were always threatening because Torres always made those runs on the shoulder of the last defender, and it was brilliant for Xabi Alonso, for Gerrard to pick out the runs of Fernando Torres, and this could be the same. And if Liverpool really can get another very good attacker in, then I think we are in for a very, very good season next season. Of course, with the defensive side of the, hopefully, of Liverpool getting fixed. Mignolet made a huge improvement, and my dream starting 11 for next season would be this, that Mane, maybe either Sturridge, Firmino and Origi up front, or a new striker, Salah, Mohamed Salah on the left, Coutinho behind them with either Henderson and Emre Can, or both, and also maybe Wijnaldum or Lallana in the midfield, and then we could have the new left back, either Andrew Robertson or Ryan Sessegnon, or James Milner could stay there, Matip, Van Dijk and Klein and Mignolet, or Karius. This would be, I think, a side who could definitely push for the top 3 in the Premier League. I don't say it would be good enough to win the league, but it could even improve on this season. So yeah, let me know guys, what do you think about this? And also very interesting news that amazingly Celtic are considering a shock summer transfer for Chelsea striker Dominic Solanke, and this is a player, I'm already reporting this because this is a player that Liverpool have been reportedly interested in. Liverpool, as you know, this newspaper says, are also still in the hunt for Solanke, but they have to pay around 8 million for this player. I'm not sure if that's a good transfer, even though Liverpool, for Liverpool 8 million is not a lot of money. I don't think Solanke would be a good backup, because we already have Origi, we already have Danny Ings, we already have Daniel Sturridge as backup strikers. I think we either should spend a serious amount of money on a brand new top class striker, a true number 9, somebody like Alexander Lacazette, or spend that money on a top class left winger, somebody like Mohamed Salah, and then we are in business next season, in my opinion. And especially against, you know, the teams who park the bus, a faster front line would be vital. Coutinho and you know, the other midfielders could have a lot more space and time on the ball if we had players like Mane on one side, like Mohamed Salah on the other side, just beating defenders, taking on the fullbacks. Because at this moment, you know, we don't have real width at Liverpool, with Mane out injured, and we don't really have a fast player on the left. You know, Milner is not going to beat the fullback with pace. Klein is not going to beat the fullback because they don't have the skill set to do so. And the other midfielders, you know, they like to come inside. So at the moment, Liverpool is a really congested team in the middle, and teams know this. And this is why the teams who parked the bus at Anfield have had so much joy, so much success, because they just put 2 banks of 4 or maybe 2 banks of 5 behind the ball and just suffocate the middle of the pitch. And Liverpool just don't have width, don't have pace and flair players on the wing who can beat the defenders, so they don't have to worry about the wide areas of the pitch. They just can be congested in the middle, and Liverpool will just hit a brick wall time and time again. Also, very interesting update on the Luan to Liverpool transfer news. Grêmio president Romildo Bolzan has dismissed the speculation linking Liverpool with a 26 million swoop for Brazilian striker Luan. So it looks like that Brazilian journalist wasn't talking the truth when he said that the Grêmio president accepted the bid. He said, the president said, Luan is a player who said he would have proposals, but so far none have come except for one about 3 years ago, but when he was on a different level. We have no approach, no official approach for Liverpool. We have absolutely no concrete proposal. Luan's agent though, Jair Peixoto, claims there has been contact with Liverpool. He said, we do talk to Liverpool as we talk to other clubs as well, but there is no official proposal. So does this mean that behind the scenes Liverpool are talking to Luan's agent, but we haven't approached the club officially yet? So this doesn't mean that the transfer is not happening. It just means that Liverpool haven't done an official bid yet. But this is a regular business in the transfer window, that clubs' representatives talk to players' agents and put out feelers and see whether they actually have a chance to get a player, because there is no point even bidding for a player who doesn't want to come to Liverpool, or if the parent club doesn't want to sell at the price that Liverpool thinks it's worth it. So yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting, the transfer window. And one last news is that Liverpool will extend Alan Rodriguez de Souza's loan spell at Hertha Berlin for another season, as long as the Bundesliga outfit qualify for the Europa League. The Liverpool, this is a very unlucky story, because Alan, I'm sure that he would have been a very good squad player. Jurgen Klopp likes him very much, he rates him very highly. Liverpool couldn't secure a work permit for the Brazil under-20 international, and they couldn't do it last summer, they couldn't do it this summer, so they are happy for him to return to Hertha Berlin. And the Hertha Berlin are having an amazing season, even though they are on a shoestring budget. They are pushing, the top 4 in the Bundesliga. Actually, they are in 5th place. And they face Bayer Leverkusen this Saturday, and if they match or better Freiburg's result against Bayern Munich, and I can't see Freiburg winning against Bayern Munich, then they will finish in the Europa League places. So it's very good, and I'm a big fan of Hertha because my fellow Hungarian Pál Dárdai is their manager, and he helped Hungary qualify for the last European Championships. He was the Hungary manager for the first part of the qualifiers, and that was an amazing story. So I really hope that Alan, who only played 15 matches in all competitions this season, hopefully with European football, he will have a lot more playing time in Hertha Berlin. The problem with Hertha was that last season, at the beginning of this season, they got knocked out in the Europa League qualifiers. So this season they surely want to go. Next season they surely want to go further in Europe, and Alan could play a part in that. Anyway, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. A new career mode, the Liverpool career mode episode is coming later today, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching. See you later. Good night.